Welcome in, race fans. We're starting a little early tonight. We're loading into the session to join the boys at All-American Racing League. Next season, we have on your screen right now, this isn't necessarily part of these last two races here, but they are proud to announce next season is going to be the Truckers Feed America Series, brought to you by Top Sail Trucking, and that's going to be right here on FadedGG at twitch.com. So we're going to be picking that up for a whole another season there. You see the FadedTV on the bottom left corner of your screen. We can be found on Facebook, facebook.com/FadedTV to pick up all your broadcasting needs. We do NASCAR Cup Series, Truck Series, Super Late Models, Tour Mods, anything that you guys are looking for a broadcast. Be sure to hit us up. But we have a race for you tonight. As you see right here, this is All-American Racing League, brought to you by Top Sail Trucking. We are at Chicagoland Speedway. As we take a look at race info there. Now, before we start, let's take a look at the standings because it couldn't be closer. A few weeks ago, we started the round of 6, meaning there were 6 drivers that were still in championship contention, and there still are. But after the 100 laps tonight at Chicagoland, that number, those 6 drivers, are going to get cut down to 4. And when you take a look at these cup standings at the right of your screen, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. We have Chad Snyder and David Hara all even at 2,086 points. Joshua Hetrick only 4 points from them. David Lorfano 6 points back. And Jonathan May also tied with Lorfano at 2,080 points apiece. And Travis Rodriguez only 8 points off of David Lorfano and Jonathan May, at 14 total from Chad and David. So still anybody's game here to get into the top 4. That's going to be next week. They're going to crown a champion next week here on FadedGG. So this race means a lot for all 6 of these drivers. So everything's on the line tonight. It should make for some exciting racing. Chicagoland, I don't think is active this season IRL, but it's definitely being ran in iRacing. These guys are definitely going to be running it tonight, and we're looking forward to that. We couldn't be more excited to bring this race to you guys tonight. Now again, we're a little bit early here, so we're going to be about 20 more minutes of practice. So we're going to try something new here. Now this might not be the best, let's just call it what it is. This might not be the best production, so bear with me here. But what I'd like to do, I asked some of the drivers to send me pictures of their setup. So we're going to do the best we can to keep this as clean as we can. However, you still may see like my overlay or my Discord or whatever. But this is all fun. It doesn't necessarily have to be the cleanest. We're throwing this in here. So let's start off with that. So this is brought to us by David Hara. He is tied with Chad Snyder as the points lead. Let me do one little thing here. Let's add this. Now, I don't want to mess up too much of the integrity of the stream itself. So let's see if this will work. Let's see if I can bring this and show you guys as we're going to take a look at some of these rigs that these guys are racing on. Let me pop this in over here. Okay, so there we go. Let's get rid of the race info there. Sorry about that delay, guys. Just kind of throwing that in there. Let's do that. Let's get this out of there. So, this was brought to us by the number 15 car, David Hera. This is his personal rig at home. You can see he's running the triple monitor setup. The GT track as his cockpit. It looks like he's got some FadedTV V3 pedals. And I think, I'm not too sure the brand of that. That's a direct drive wheel. I want to say it's a VRS. If it's not, don't kill me, David. I apologize. And then you can see he's got some cars up there in the top right. He's got his fourth monitor for all his driver information that he needs. So thank you for sending that to us. Again, that's David Harris setup, and that is nice. Now, let's see. Not all the drivers sent me some, but I think a lot of them did. So let's take a look. I don't want to leave anybody out here. This setup right here is his teammate, actually, over at Hillbilly Motorsports. This is David Lorfano's setup. As you can see, he also has the FadedTV V3 pedals on his homemade wooden rig. Looks really good. Logitech steering wheel. Looks like he's got two tablets on either side of his wheel there, giving him plenty of information. Looks like he's got his car information on the left, and on the right tablet, at least in this picture, looks like he's got a little bit of a track map with the drivers that he can switch to if he wants to. He's got a nice Samsung screen up there on his wall. He's got his trophies up there, and you see his PC in there. So really nice rig there. Looks really comfortable. That's David Lorfano's rig. Next up, this rig is brought to us by Tyrone Yo, and he's rocking the Thrustmaster T150 with the T3PA Pro pedals and the TH8A shifter. Very nice shifter there, as you can see, making every bit of use of that desk. He's even got his little headset holder there on the knob of the drawer. Looks like he's got what I use on the left hand side there. As you can see, he's got one of those TV dinner stands. I actually have one of those as well next to my setup that I have. He's got a nice Asus monitor that's running the iRacing on him. So very clean desk setup by Tyrone Yo. Very nice. Next up is going to be the other guy that is tied for the points lead with David Hera. This is going to be Chad Snyder's rig. So he's got a nice little cockpit there, keyboard holder, headset holder. He's got a little makeshift mouse pad there, real close to his screen. He's got his FOV dialed in, I'm sure. Secondary monitor off to the left, probably for all his telemetry and maybe some of the crew chief that he does. So a very nice monitor stand right there. Looks like he's also using a Logitech. He's got the Logitech shifter, the Logitech wheel. Not too sure on the pedals. Maybe he's got the complete set, or maybe like the rest of the guys, he too has some nice FadedTV pedals. Doesn't matter regardless what he's using, as Chad Snyder has jumped up into the standings. Again, he's tied with David Hera for the lead. As we bring these up one more time, I want you guys to just take another look at how important this race here is. This is 100 laps at Chicagoland. All these drivers are in contention to at least make it out of the top 4. Now, Travis Rodriguez does have the biggest hill to climb, but if David Lurfano and Jonathan May both tied at 2080, if they both have some bad luck tonight and Travis runs good, which he's known to do, Travis does find himself running top 3, top 5 most of the time. He's had some bad luck here, I think, last week. But if David and Jonathan have a hiccup there, and let's say they have a DNF, they finish a lap down, or maybe they finish last, and Travis Rodriguez is up there, first, second, third, he's got a shot. But he's going to need both those drivers, David Lurfano and Jonathan May, to have a little bit of an off night to sneak into that top 4. So Travis Rodriguez is there. He does have the opportunity, but it's going to be a tough one for him, and the toughest out of all of them. Joshua Hetrick, as we see, 2,082 points. Only 4 points behind Chad Snyder and David Hera. I know Chad Snyder had a really good week last week after a couple of weeks of bad luck. So he found himself regrouping. Let's see if he can keep that momentum here at Chicagoland. David Hera, probably one of the more consistent drivers here. He's always finding himself up into that top 5 towards the end of the race. He definitely knows how to battle back from an unlucky start. So this should make up for a really good race and a lot of exciting stuff. These drivers are not going to be holding anything back tonight. So definitely super excited for this race. We got about 10 more minutes before we'll get them into the qualifying session. So if you guys need to refill on your snacks, you need to go grab a cold beverage, you need to use the restroom, now's the time to do so, because you are not going to want to miss any of the action. So we'll take those standings out of here, bring back up our SDK overlays as we start taking a look at some of the practice times. Also good time to make sure that all of our graphics are there that we want and looking good. There's our towers. We take a look at David Lurfano in that 8 car. Josh Mayu, Patrick McQuaid, hometown of Nelsonville, Ohio. Another Midwesterner just like myself. We're neighbors there, Patrick. He'll be driving that 77 Muffler Man as he does every week. Another driver who's not in the playoff contention, but is a very fast and very well-respected driver here at All-American Racing League. Always puts on a good show for us. But right now, it looks like David Lurfano, again, we still have 10 minutes left in practice. Some of these drivers might be tuning some things to get just a couple of tenths on them. But where we sit right now, that number 8 car, David Lurfano, does have the best time in practice. You can see it right there on the left-hand side graphic with a 30.12 as we take a look at Chad Snyder from Fredericksburg, Virginia. That is the points leader heading into tonight's race, tied with the number 15 car of David Hera. So he's got his work cut out for him tonight. So it looks like he's rocking a new livery. And it looks like we will oblige. We got a late comer in here. This is Kyle Martin, who was a little late to the action of sending us his setup, but he saw it live on stream and he wants to get in on the action. This is the 99 car of Kyle Martin. As you can see, he's got the Thrustmaster TMX. He's got the Logitech shifter, the Logitech pedals down there. Canon WD-40 on his desk, because why not? RGB keyboard, nice Acer monitor there. His FOV's looking real nice. So we appreciate Kyle Martin sending that in to us, better late than never, as he too is making use of his desktop setup. I know I love desktop setups. Look, I have a full rig at home. I got the monitor stand, etc. I'm set up, but I respect the hustle with the desktop racers when they look this clean. Tyrone Yo, same thing. His desktop was real clean. And here we have a perfect example with Kyle Martin. You know, the rig is probably always preferred, but not necessary. And that Thrustmaster TMX, probably one of the better entry-level wheels that you can come across. So definitely appreciate you sending that to us, Kyle. So that should be it for the driver setups. I appreciate everybody that sent us a picture of theirs. David Lerfano, Chad Snyder, Tyrone Yo, David Hera, Kyle Martin. If I'm leaving anybody out, I apologize. Coming up on 7 minutes and 20 seconds left of practice. David Lerfano still holding on to that practice time of 30.12. Be interesting to see. Sometimes, you know, in these practice sessions here, some of these fast laps are coming off. I mean, they're all on the track together. So some of these times, maybe they're in the draft and they're getting a little bit of a better time. And then does that translate over to qualifying? We'll see if David Lerfano can keep the pace in about 7 minutes when we do go to the qualifying session. Hey, Chad Snyder, it's Faded. Is this a good time? How you doing, bud?
Yes, sir. How you doing, my friend?
Hey, I'm good. So listen, let me see what your voice setting is here. Okay, you're at 200. We should be good. So you're coming into Chicagoland tied with David Hera, 2,086 points apiece. Now, most of the time, weekly, you've been getting some interviews in here because you've been on a good streak. Obviously, you're up there in the points, and I know you always say, hey, tonight's just about surviving. I just want to get a good pace. I want to get a good finish. Is that the same mindset tonight, or are you going to be going all out trying to make sure you get that top 3, maybe a top 2 even, or win the whole darn race?
I mean, it's always part of the strategy to go for it. I mean, obviously, you know, you want to finish the race and in a good position and go for the win if you have a chance to. I feel really confident here. The mile and a halfs like this one in Kansas are really 2 of my stronger racetracks. The last couple weeks we've been fortunate. Last week at Pocono was not a good racetrack for me, so my strategy there was definitely just to survive and stay out of the incidents, and we were able to do that. As far as tonight goes, we might be a little conservative just because the points lead I'm not worried about, because after tonight it's not going to matter who is leading and who is fourth. We're all going to be the same. So as long as I can stay in that top 4 and have a chance at the crown next week at Michigan, that's all in all the goal.
All righty, Chad. Well, hey, I appreciate your time. Go ahead and get some more hot laps in before we get to the qualifying session. Good luck to you tonight, and we look forward to calling the action, Chad.
Yes, sir. Before you let me go, I want to give a big shout-out to BJ Anderson at Rebellion Graphics. They came on board for this race here for the first time. Hopefully more to come. I really want to give them a good showing tonight.
Yeah, sure. And you said that was BJ Graphics?
It's BJ Anderson. He is the owner of Rebellion Graphics.
Okay, BJ Anderson over at Rebellion Graphics. Shout out from Chad Snyder and, well, the broadcast booth as well. So, hey, congratulations on that, Chad, and we'll talk to you a little bit later, hopefully.
Thanks, Faded. Y'all have a good night.
Yes, sir. Hey, David, is this a good time? You got a copy?
Yeah, go ahead, Faded.
Hey, all right. Last time I kind of caught you at qualifying, which I never want to do. I apologize for that. But listen, you're coming in tonight obviously tied with Chad Snyder, the man we just talked to, at 2,086 points. Looks like David Lurfano's got the time to beat in the practice session. What's your strategy? Obviously, it's going to be a long race, 100 laps at Chicagoland. Do you feel like you have a little bit less of a target on your back being tied for the lead, or are you going into this race, with the mindset of, hey, I got to come in here, I got to give her hell and try to win this race?
I don't have to advance. However, I want to win. That's what I'm here for, is to win races. If things get a little too crazy, and you may see me back out of it a little bit just to stay on the safe side. But these guys are good. I can't finish more than a couple positions from the last points-paying guy, right? The points are so tight. It's 2 points per position, and I can't give up anything. This blue-gray plastic fabrication Chevrolet is good here today. We're not showing it on the score sheet right now, but we got something for him in the race.
Yeah, absolutely, David. I said at the top of the broadcast, you're probably one of the more consistent drivers here, always cool-headed. You get into some trouble, even I think you can't get out of, and you're always scratching through it. So I got nothing but confidence tonight in you and Chad Snyder. Good luck tonight, and hopefully we're talking to you at the end of this race, David.
Yeah, 10-4, man. I hope so too. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Alrighty, let's pull in some of these other guys that are fighting. David Lurfano, Jonathan May. Well, we have 1 minute left before qualifying, so we might have time for one more interview. I don't like bothering these guys too much when they're doing that. So let's bring in Johnny May in that 00 car. Hey, Johnny, it's Faded. You got a copy, brother? Hey, Johnny, you got a copy? All right. Well, unfortunately, I think he's probably taking a last-minute restroom break or maybe getting himself a soft drink or whatever. He's getting ready to go into this race, so no biggie there. Good luck to him either way. Maybe we can get a broadcast in here with the number 8 car, David Lurfano. Hey, David, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Hey, I know qualifying's coming up, so we're going to keep this short, but you are 2,080 points. That's 6 points behind Chad and David. You got Joshua Hetrick above you as well. What's your mindset going into tonight's race, and how are you going to make sure you secure that top 4th spot?
Well, I'm torn here because part of me wants to just kind of save my stuff, be there at the end, but I know the pressure's on me to try to get up there and get this done after Pocono. Very disappointing to be in the position I'm in. So I don't know. I'm still trying to decide what my game plan is for tonight. I'll probably figure it out at the drop of the green flag. So,
all right, David. Well, we'll let you get back to qualifying. Good luck with that, and good luck. You did have the fastest lap in practice, so that's got to feel good. But we'll let you get going, get down some nice qualifying laps, and good luck in tonight's race.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, those are our pre-race driver interviews. We're going to get set going into the qualifying round to see just who has a run on David Lurfano. Let's see if he can lay down the fast lap here as he did in the practice session. As we see so far, waiting for David to finish his lap, but it looks like Chad Snyder with a 30.3. We'll see if David can match his 30.1 that he had in practice. Patrick McQuaid in that 77 muffler man, jumping ahead of Chad Snyder. Tyrone Yo up into that P3. He's going to fall, though, because Joshua Hetrick's going to run a 30.24. So that's going to do it for David Lurfano, who's going to drop down to third as far as time goes. I mean, starting P3 is a really good spot to be. But that's going to be it for qualifying. We're going to get these guys onto the grid. And we're going to get racing here very shortly. So, last chance. You do not want to miss the green flag. Make sure you're strapped in, because we're in for a long ride. Alrighty. The time is here for these drivers. No more practice laps. Qualifying sessions laid down. These guys know where they're going to start. They know what they're going to need to do to get through this 100 laps here at Chicagoland, to ensure that they move on to the round of 4 championship race next Tuesday. But you can't be looking ahead too much. Before you can do that, you got to take care of business tonight, and that's what these guys are going to do. So we get loaded into the sim after the qualifying session. I know we have some David Hara fans in chat, as always. They're always showing up big for the 15. Mountain Man Dan, MJ Hara, we see you every week, every Tuesday. We appreciate you guys. We got Tina 1975. Go Dave. We appreciate you guys checking in with us. I know it was a little bit of an earlier stream. A lot of you guys have hung out for the last half hour as we get ready to go green here. I know the drivers appreciate it. I certainly appreciate it. It takes a little while to get loaded in, that's all. Got to have a little bit of patience with iRacing. Nothing wrong with that, though. The premier racing simulator, and I believe iRacing and NASCAR just inked a deal a few days ago to call iRacing the official NASCAR racing simulator. So shout out to iRacing. As we see our grid there, this is All American Racing League Truckers Feed America Series presented by Top Sail Trucking. That'll be next season's sponsor for the Cup Series. Oh, well, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I don't talk to chat too often. I try to keep it as professional as possible, but tonight there's a lot of emotions even coming out of the broadcast booth, as I have been waiting for this race for a week. I can't wait. The pace truck is getting them going. We're going to do a couple of laps here under the pace trucks, and then we're going to let them go. As you can see, Joshua Hetrick going to be starting P1 on the outside. Patrick McQuaid's at his door. David Lurfano third. Kyle Martin on the outside of grid 2. Joshua Mayu going to be parked on the inside in 5th. Chad Snyder, our points leader, going to be starting 6th, with the other points leader David Hera in 7th, Larry Garnes 8th, Tyrone Yo 9, Johnny May in 10th, Drayden Black 11th, and Rodriguez rounding out this 12-car field. As you see, have we talked about 100 laps here? Going to be a long race here at Chicagoland. Pace truck is in, and we are green flag racing at Chicagoland. Joshua Hetrick maintaining the early lead from Patrick McQuaid. But here comes the number 8 car, and he's got a big group of cars with him working that inside line. Joshua Hetrick cutting down low. He's going to make sure he cuts that off. David Lafano up high to that middle line there that you can run oh so well at Chicago, but he gets up a little bit high. He makes contact on the wall. That's not going to slow him down as he does make the pass on Joshua Hetrick. So Patrick McQuaid being the real winner there on that outside line. He's got Kyle Martin behind him. They're sitting 1-2. Lucky Dog Detail and David Lafano are going to check up high, but he can't because here comes the 15 in that blue-gray plastic custom fab. That's David Hera. He's going to be up to 3rd. David Lafano a little bit loose there. He's going to fall off pace just a little bit. As you see, some of these guys are going to be cutting that infield there. Coming across the finish line, making the track as short as possible. You can get a really good run there if you take that line, but it's not the end-all, be-all either. The advantage is so minute when you cut that track there. As you see, the number 15 car, David Hera, making his way up to 3rd. He is tied with Chad Snyder for the points lead, so a great start for that number 15. Patrick McQuaid, Muffler Man 77, has found himself in a comfortable spot up there, but Kyle Martin in that yellow livery in the 99 hot on his bummer. He's looking to make a move. David Hera's looking to make a move. Kyle's going to go up high. David's going to go down low. Try to make that work for him. In 4th place is Joshua Mayu. Believe this is his 3rd Cup race here at All-American Racing League. He's going to be 4th, followed by Braden Black, who made his debut last week with All-American Racing League. Kyle Martin does make the pass onto Patrick McQuaid. These guys are battling it out for 1st place. David Hera also makes the pass onto that 77 car. He's made his way up to 2nd place. David Hera is coming here to kick ass and take names as he's going to be working to take the lead here up high on Kyle Martin. There it is on the inside. There's David Hera taking the lead from Kyle Martin. So Hera obviously has got this track figured out. At least in the early going here. Let's see if he can maintain the pace here. As you can see the field right there. We got 2 groups of drivers pretty much bunched in here. That cameraman was being a little weird on TV3, so we're going to switch back to a little bit of a closer view. As David Hera is going to have to fight. Kyle Martin on the outside takes a peek at the lead, but the number 15 Chevy car of David Hera trying to close the door on that as he comes off the inside. Let's see who's got the momentum. It looks like Kyle Martin for now. That's going to change coming into the turn. Let's see if Kyle can keep that momentum off. It doesn't look like it. David Harris going to check up just for a moment. As he comes down and cuts that track, we have Braden Black coming up in the second place in that USA livery, celebrating the 4th of July still in the Toyota Camry of all cars. Patrick McQuaid running high as well with Braden Black. As we see this first pack of drivers sitting in, feeling comfortable. The first 6 cars of this field are in one pack, the rest are in the second. As we take a look back at David Lurfano, as he had the lead at one point in his Toyota Camry, he kind of got a little squirrely. He went up high, hit the wall, came down low, got a little loose. He finds himself back in 7th place, but he's not going to be frustrated here. He knows it's a long race. He's got a group of cars backing him up. That consists of Larry Garnes, Johnny May, Rodriguez, Tyrone Yo, Chad Snyder, the points leader tied with David Hara, finds himself in 12th, and Frederick Wool. So the first 6 drivers are in a pack, and the last 7 cars are racing in their own pack here. We'll see if David and these boys can make any kind of momentum to push back up, as we still see David Hara comfortably in the lead, but he's got Braden Black making a move on the inside. He's got Kyle Martin there trying to help him push along. So it looks like Braden Black is going to make that inside line work, at least for the moment. David pushing that midline here. The great thing about Chicagoland, I ran it all week long last week. You can run low, you can run mid, and you can run high. In fact, when these drivers start getting some really bad tire wear, if this goes green for a long time, you're going to see most of these drivers, the preferred line is going to be that mid to high. Now, if they're racing for position and the inside line's where they need to go, that's where they'll go. But once these tires start fading, you'll start seeing a lot of these drivers, if they're single file, kind of push up towards the middle of the track and even get up to that third line way up high. As we see the 25 car of Joshua Hetrick making a move on the inside for P2. That's against Braden Black. We'll see if that 18 can keep on to 2. I think there might have been a little bit of rub there. Nothing too serious. Braden's going to hold on to it for now. Joshua Hetrick going to be following that 15 car way down low off the track. Doesn't do him any justice, though, as you see the 99 of Kyle Martin on the bumper of Black. This is the race for second. Did these drivers come prepared tonight or what? It looks like David's going to fall off a little bit. Our race leader kind of falling off pace. He finds himself back in P5. Braden Black's going to take over the lead. He's got the 99 car of Kyle Martin pushing him along. Joshua Mayu up to third. That 25 of Joshua Hetrick going to be sitting fourth. Not too sure what happened with David Hara. Nothing serious though. Not too sure. Maybe he just got a little bit loose, lost pace. Nonetheless, no damage, no cautions, no wreck. So he's going to be able to regroup. Try to fight his way back into the lead, which I'm sure he will. A very fast car there. As you see Kyle Martin making his strike here at Chicagoland. He's going to be the new race leader. 16 laps in at Chicagoland. We've probably seen a good 3-4 different leaders here. These guys came to race. Now here's where you guys start seeing these cars. Their preferred line's going to be up high. It looks like the 18 car of Braden Black got a little loose there. He was able to hold on to it. Good driving by him, as he was able to hold on. Unfortunately, he's going to lose pace though. He's going to let the 18 car pass him up, or Joshua Hetrick is. So that's Braden Black. He got a little bit loose. He was able to hold on to it, which was quite impressive because I could only see a little bit of it at the bottom of my screen, but it looked like they were 3 wide when that happened. So good driving by all of those drivers there to keep that clean. No cautions yet here at Chicagoland. Joshua Mayu in the 61 Chevrolet. He's found himself as the new race leader. He's running that inside line. 99 of Kyle Martin, though, he ain't going away easy. He's still fighting on the outside. As you see the 77 in the background, making a move up high, getting in front of David Hera. So those guys are battling it out. So Mayu had the lead just for a second, not too sure if he even led a lap there as the 99 car regained back P1. Patrick McQuaid in the Chevrolet is in third. He's making a charge up front here. Joshua Hetrick fourth, David Hera fifth. Here comes Mayu riding the bumper of Kyle Martin. Takes a little peek inside, doesn't like what he sees. He's going to stay up high. But here comes McQuaid on that inside line with a huge surge off at turn 4. Trying to make his way up to the front. McQuaid pushing that car real hard on the inside line there. The other two drivers, Kyle Martin, Joshua Mayu, riding it up high. That's going to be helpful when it comes to tire wear. Not pushing the car as hard. Patrick McQuaid, though, he's trying to make his way up to the front. He doesn't care about no dang tires right now. He wants this lead. He wants to be up fighting with Kyle Martin as he's still on the inside there. It's working out for him. You see Joshua Hetrick in the right of our screen there in the OOR 25. Braden Black makes a move on David Hera. He's going to be up to 5th as David falls off pace just a little bit. He's going to drop back to 6th with his racing teammate at Hillbilly Motorsports, David Lofano, David Hera. They're going to be sitting 6th and 7th. But right now, this battle for first looks like we might get some 3-wide action. Not quite yet, but it's a brewing. Coming up on a quarter of the race done, your race leader in that yellow 99, Kyle Martin. As these 4 drivers are battling it out, trying to keep pace with Kyle. Looks like that 77 car finally making that inside line work. Can he get the job done? Going into turn 1.
Top line, put the rubber in.
That was what I've done for the last 15 laps.
As you hear some of the race drivers calling out what's going on with the track, where's the line to be in, talking about grip. Working together, trying to figure it out as we've had 27 laps of green flag racing to open the Chicagoland Speedway here. our 3-wide action. As Kyle Martin and Patrick McQuaid were racing literally door to door, Joshua Mayu is going to take full advantage of that on the outside line, and he's going to cut himself a nice little lead there. Joshua Hetrick keeping pace with them. Sitting in fourth. Some very good action so far. 32 laps of 100 completed. We told you before the green flag dropped, all these drivers were laser focused in to tonight's race. It was going to be exciting, and it has not been a letdown yet. Joshua Mayu sustaining that top line lead. Patrick McQuaid, who's been running the inside line all 33 laps here. Let's see if he starts pushing up high. Try to get into that high line, save some tires here. As right now, as we said, there's been 2 packs of racing going on right now, but everybody has given themselves plenty of room. You see the track map right there on the right-hand screen. Just how far some of these guys are. Now, why that is important is that decreases the chance of a caution. So we're going to start seeing some tire wear out of these drivers. Chicagoland's not one of the worst tracks. Like I said before, you can run the inside, the mid, and the high here, all at Chicagoland. So when tires start to become an issue, you can just slide up high, as we see Joshua Mayu running that top line here for the last 10, 15 laps or so. And now McQuaid, he's going to back off the inside as we see him on that mid line, kind of pushing up to the exit on the high line. So we're not going to be able to rely on cautions like some of these other tracks that we've ran here. We've had a lot of green flag racing so far, and I expect the same to continue.
Who else pitted? Anybody?
We start hearing some of the guys talking about pit strategy, some drivers asking who's pitting, when are they pitting. Doesn't mean that they're always going to get the gentleman's answer there. As we said, 6 drivers tonight still in contention for the championship. As it looks like TV1 took a little bit of a spill there. Oh, my heart dropped. I thought we lost the server there for a second. I think the cameraman over at the TV1 fell off his chair or something. That's all right, though. We got plenty of cameramen here working the angles. We'll just switch as we continue on with this race for first place. That's Josh Mayu in the 61, Patrick McQuaid in the Muffler Man 77. Kyle Martin and Joshua Hetrick, our top 4 drivers, all running the Chevrolet. Braden Black in 5th, rocking the Toyota. Johnny May and Travis Rodriguez behind him, both Ford drivers. Mayu has just sat in that top line and has dug himself a line. He has not given that up easy. We take a look back at the battle for 3rd place. That was at one time our race leader, Kyle Martin, in the 99. Joshua Hetrick's trying to chase him down as he's been in he's been in 4th place now for quite a while, so he's hanging up with some pace there. He's certainly not dropping it. Braden Black here, our 5th place driver, rocking that USA livery 18. He's on the outside line here. Johnny May, our 6th place driver. And Rodriguez behind him in that 79. That's the battle for 6th place. So we take a look at some of the other playoff drivers here. Chad Snyder in the Rebellion graphics livery. I hope that's right. BJ Anderson, I believe, the owner of that. Hope that information is correct. I'm pretty sure it is, though. So Chad Snyder, he's rocking a new paint job tonight. He's sitting in 8th. He is our points leader, tied with this guy, the 15 car in that Chevrolet. That's David Hara working his way into the back. He's sitting P10 right now. So those guys are both tied for the championship points right now. Well, if this updated live, no, they wouldn't be probably, but you get what I'm saying. Coming into tonight's race, David Lurfano, which is David Harris' teammate, both over at Hillbilly Motorsports on the East Coast out there, I believe. He's in the Lucky Dog detailing. Not the run he wanted. He was up front, even leading this race at one time. And he struggled there for a little bit. Now he finds himself on the tail end. Larry Garnes in the back here. I believe he's also a new member of Hillbilly Motorsports as well. But we're going to make our way back up to the front of the pack. Joshua Mayu, Patrick McQuaid battling it out for first place. As we've done 43 laps of green flag racing at Chicagoland. We'll start seeing where pit strategy gets into play here. As you see, McQuaid I think he tried taking the inside line there. He got caught up a little bit by a back marker there. I believe that was either Larry Garnes or Frederick Kuhl, I want to say. It could have been Tyrone. Nonetheless, I think he was looking on the inside there after that exit. Saw the bumper, had to check back up. So that's going to cost him a little bit of time. Nothing major there. But whatever run that he had in mind, he's not going to be able to do it now. As you see the relative underneath the drivers' names, that's going to show you just how far these drivers are back from first place. Starting with Chad Snyder in 8th. He's the one on lead lap, but he's 28 seconds behind. Now, I think some of those drivers that are a lap down, I'm trying to see if I have anybody. Yeah, so David Hara pit. So a lot of these guys that are lapped down, they've gone through their green flag pit stops. So that's why you see the -1 underneath their name. They are a lap down currently. However, once these leaders up front start making their green flag pit stops, they're going to be able to regain that lead or that lap back, and you'll start seeing the relative underneath their name. So some of the other drivers involved in some green flag pit stops was the number 8 car of David Lurfano, Larry Garnes, Tyrone Yo has gone through the pits. Looks like we have a off track with one of our drivers, Chad Snyder. I'm going to see if we can go back and get a look at that. Not too serious how that was, but let's take a look at the number 5 car. Anytime my events updates, I'd like to take a look at it. Looks like he is undecided on whether or not he wanted to go down pit road. So that's not what you want to see out of the points leader. That's Chad Snyder coming in really hot there into pit lane. But luckily, not a whole lot of damage there. He might just be a little frustrated with himself, but he's going to be able to carry on there. So that's going to be Chad Snyder into the pits already under green as we're coming up on lap 50 here at Chicagoland. We're halfway done. Haven't had a single caution for these drivers, and you definitely don't want to see one now if you're those drivers that already went down pit lane. As you see David Hera running 6th now. He's gained a couple of spots since pitting. His teammate David Lurfano behind him. Joshua Hetrick in 8th. And the 00 car of May sitting 9th. We welcome anybody in who's coming a little bit late here. As we just said, we're halfway through this race at Chicagoland. If you are watching this live and you do not know who All-American Racing League is, search them out on Facebook. They only have 2 more races left of this season. However, I think there's only going to be a short downtime before they start their next NASCAR Cup Series. It is a sponsored series. It's already inked in, going to be broadcasted every Tuesday night. So if you guys are looking for a league, a competitive league, make sure you search out All-American Racing League on Facebook. They're also running super late models on Thursday, and I believe their sister league, I don't know the name of it, I'd have to get some information, I think out of Joshua Hetrick, I believe, but they're going to be running the Gander Mountain Truck Series on Sunday night. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, head on over to Facebook.com, search All-American Racing League, and get in touch with those guys today. If you're a league coming across this broadcast and you like what you hear, you like what you see, go back to Facebook.com, search up FadedTV. We do all your oval league needs, whether it's the cup cars on the big tracks, you got a tour mod league that you're running, super late models, maybe the ARCA cars. It doesn't matter. Get in touch with Faded TV after tonight's broadcast, or if you're coming across this on YouTube, do not hesitate. Reach out to Faded TV on Facebook. Not much has changed as far as the leader goes. Josh Mayu has held down that lead for quite some time now. Patrick McQuaid has been behind him the whole time. Braden Black in 3rd. Had the lead for a little bit. Ran into some trouble. Got loose here and there. As you see, the 15 car of David Hera making his way up through the pack. Now, he was a car that did pit under green. He does have fresh tires. He's not waiting for a caution. He's not waiting for those 2 guys to make their green flag pit stop. He's getting his lap back, and he's going to get his lap back now as David Hera tied for our points lead coming into tonight's race. Working that inside line. He's got fresh 4 tires, and he's making a run to get his lap back here at Chicagoland. Looks like Kyle Martin in that 99 car, who was a race leader for a while. He's completed his green flag pit stop. Looks like the 77 car of Patrick McQuaid has had enough on those old tires, as he is finding his way down under pit lane. So he's going to give the lap back to all these drivers. And there's the race leader, Josh Mayu, coming in for a green flag pit stop. Now it's going to be the race for David Hera to make his way around this track as fast as possible. We'll see just how long it takes these guys to get out of pit lane. And here is the green flag pit stop shuffle. as David Hara makes his way through the front stretch into turn 1. Not only does he get his lead back or his lap back, but he came storming and finds himself back into the race lead, followed by his teammate David Lurfano and Joshua Hetrick getting his lap back, going to be sitting in third. As we talked about earlier, one of the more consistent drivers, but definitely has a cool head on his shoulders. We're talking about that number 15 car, David Hara. He never gets too frustrated. He never panics. He could be a mile off pace, but before it's all said and done, he finds his way back up to the front just as he's done here with 59 laps completed. David Hara, our race leader. David Lurfano behind him. Joshua Hetrick in third. All playoff drivers here. Here comes that 25 car of Joshua Hetrick making his own run. In that 25 car, he's going to take that ORR Chevrolet up top and make easy work on both of the Davids there, as we have a new race leader on lap 61. It's going to be Joshua Hetrick. As you have both the Davids there. Falling back just a little bit. That's going to be David Lurfano in the Lucky Dog Detailing Toyota Camry, taking that second spot away from his buddy David Hara. Now, that number 15, he fell off, I don't want to say quite dramatically, but a little bit dramatically. And it has me thinking that maybe this is by design. This could be his strategy. He knows he doesn't have to burn his car out running for first place. So I think he's kind of getting off the throttle just a little bit. He's going to make sure those tires last as long as possible. As you can see, falling back a little bit. That's Patrick McQuaid in the 77. Joshua Mayu in the 61. They're going to take a spot from him. But I don't think there's any concern there. I think he's just going to sit back and make sure that he can finish this race strong. Joshua Hetrick's time to shine in that ORR 25. Let's take a lap around Chicagoland with our race leader. That was a lap around Chicago with what was our race leader, Joshua Hetrick. But as you guys saw, Patrick McQuaid said, nuh-uh, I want the TV time. And he takes away that P1 from him as Hetrick actually falls back. Joshua Mayu storming his way back up to the front. Looks like he's going to take the inside line of Hetrick there and take over that second place position. as we catch back up with our race leader, Patrick McQuaid and Joshua Mayu. Sorry about that, folks. So let's do a quick recap of these playoff drivers. Joshua Hetrick in third, David Lurfano in fourth, Johnny May in fifth, now this car here, the 79 car, as we talked at the top of the broadcast, he's got the biggest mountain to climb. He's sitting back at the bottom of the six, and he was going to have some really good luck tonight to make the top four coming out of here at Chicagoland. Now, we still have 30 laps here, so I don't want to jinx anything, but we'll see how his night ends. Regardless, we have David Hara, who's back in 10th place. I believe he finds himself a lap down. Chad Snyder. Those are the playoff contending drivers. Chad Snyder actually finding himself down 2 laps here. So that's not what you want to see as the points leader. So it looks like we have a couple of drivers now making some other pit stops. David Harris entered pit lane. David Lurfano's been back down to pit lane. Johnny May's finding his way back down pit lane. So we got some green flag pit stops. These guys are coming in probably for their last set of tires as we're coming up on the 4th leg of this race. As you can see, almost at 75 laps there. So some of these drivers coming in, getting their last tires to make a run at the end of this race. And I keep my eye out on that 15 car and that number 8 of David Lurfano. The last time they did green flag pit stops, they charged their way back to the front. So we'll see just when Patrick McQuaid and Josh Mayu decide to come down pit road. Larry Garnes made his way to the pits. The bad news for McQuaid and Mayu is David Harris only 1 lap down, and we saw him charge up and get his lap back before they had even gone down pit road. So this may not play out the way these 2 drivers wanted to, but right now their focus is on maintaining 1st and 2nd place. Larry Garnes making his way down to pit road. comes. That's David Hara making his charge way back up to the front. He's a lap down, but he's already done his green flag pit stop. So unless we do find ourselves under caution, that's probably our last pit of this race, as he's going to make his way back up to the front as soon as possible. He's going to make easy work of that 18 car coming on the inside line. He's got 4 fresh tires as he's going to be chasing everybody down. So these drivers here, Joshua Hetrick, Josh Mayu, Patrick McQuaid, they're going to have to do some green flag pit stops here, and this is going to get real dicey towards the end of the race here. The last thing you want to see, if you're one of these guys in the back, like a David Hara and Lurfano, the guys that just pit, is a caution. You want to keep this green flag the whole way through. Kyle Martin taking care of his last pit stop. Tyrone Yo has entered the pits as well. Now, the last time we did green flag pit stops, these guys, McQuaid and Mayu, pushed it pretty much to the limits before they came in to take their pit stop, and I assume they're going to do the same. They're going to run this out just as much as they can, but I think that may be a mistake because a lot of these drivers behind them, they're on 4 tires. They're catching them as we speak, so they're just giving up time, as David Hara has been able to knock off another 4 seconds within the last couple of laps. As you see on the track map on the right hand side, nobody's really bunched up with each other. Everybody's got plenty of room. So unless that changes, looks like these 19 laps are going to be under green. That 77's coming down low. We'll see if this is the lap that he brings it in. I'm assuming Josh will follow him in and they'll pit together, but we'll see. David Lurfano sitting back in 7th. He's been able to shave off almost 2 seconds in the last 2 laps as they're starting to make their charge back up to the front. Tough night for that 5 car, Chad Snyder. He finds himself in a world of hurt. Oh, we do have a caution. Our first caution of the night. That's Johnny May involved in that. Tyrone Yo with an off-track left. See if those are correlated in any way. Let's take a look at what brought out the caution. Oh, Johnny May with the wreck there. Let's see if we can get a better view of that. Oh, that's Tyrone Yo getting up high, banging off the wall, banging into the 00. So that is unfortunate. But that could be, I mean, I don't know if this league runs unlimited sets, but if they do, we'll see if anybody comes back down pit road. But the unfortunate part is the guys like David Hera and David Lurfano, who is trying to make a charge back towards the front, are going to have to stay out. They cannot pit with the leaders. They're going to have to get their lap back. I believe David Hera was the first car down, so he should be able to lucky dog it regardless and get back onto the lead lap. But we'll have to see how this plays out. It's going to be Joshua Mayu in that 61 car beating off Josh Hetrick out of pit road. As we'll do a couple of laps around caution here before we go green flag racing. So as you can see, David Hera does get his lap back. He's going to be in 6th place. David Lurfano still finds himself a lap down. Larry Garnes, May, Snyder, all 2 laps down. Unless if something crazy happens, pretty much out of this race as far as any of the points go. So a lucky break for those guys up front, Josh Mayu included, Joshua Hetrick as well, and Patrick McQuaid, as the caution did come out. They did not have to lose any time or positions per se on the track to do their pit stops. Now McQuaid did drop back to 4th coming out of pit lane. Braden Black finds himself back up into the top 3 mix. Haven't called his name very much. He did lead this race at one time. Kind of fell back off pace and stayed there. Pace truck is off. We're going to get green flag racing here. Clean restart for Mayu, but Patrick McQuaid's hot on his bumper. Uh-oh, we have another caution out onto the track, and that's David Hera involved in that. as he just got back onto the lead lap, was in 6th place. He's got some rear end damage. We're going to have to take a look at that. That is not good news if you're rooting for that 15 car. Let's take a look. Fighting there on the inside there with Jonathan May. It looks like he just slides up to the track a little bit. Gets into the front fender of that 00 car. Another angle. Oh, that is so unfortunate. Kyle Martin involved in that. So he's going to find himself back into the pits as we are under only our 2nd caution of the night. David Lerfano in that lucky dog detail in 8 is going to get his lucky dog back, actually. So he'll find himself onto the lead lap. You see the sun coming out here in Joliet at Chicagoland. And then it goes back away. So cloudy day in the sim right now. We'll get these guys grouped back up at least one more time. So the good news, if all the information is correct, David is only going to be back to 7th place. So he's still got a fighting chance here. It's unfortunate what happened, what he got involved with. But it looks like he came down pit road. Got the quick repair in, maybe took some tires. Not too sure what the rules are here at All-American Racing League, if there's only 2 sets or if it's unlimited. Not too sure on that. But regardless, he gets that blue-gray 15 all patched back together. So he's going to be starting P7 on this restart. Kyle Martin in front of him. Rodriguez sitting in 5th. Hetrick 4th, Braden Black 3rd, Patrick McQuaid 2nd, and our race leader, Joshua Mayu, has the responsibility of keeping it together. One more restart, at least. We'll see just how chippy this race goes, as these guys are really going to start battling it out for position here behind Joshua Mayu. Now, Mayu's got nothing to lose. He's not a playoff driver. Same with that 77 and that 18. So these cars up front have nothing to lose. They're going to be pedal to the metal, trying to win themselves some respect here at All-American Racing League if they need it. Joshua Hetrick in that 25 car, though, that's a playoff driver. So he's the first name that comes to mind, sitting in 4th place. So he just needs to do his best to maintain that. And David Hera in 7th, followed by his teammate David Lerfano. Playoff driver still on the lead lap. Again, a tough day for Chad Snyder. Finds himself 2 laps down. Pace truck should be off this time around. We'll get back to green flag racing here. Yep, there he goes. Joshua Mayu with a little bit of an early start there. That's all right, though. He is the shot caller after all on that inside line, starting P1. So he's out to a comfortable lead. Now let's fall back just a little bit here to the back of the, not the back of the pack, but just the pack right here. We know Joshua May's got the lead. David Hara making his way onto the inside line, makes the pass, moves up a spot. He's going to work his way up to 6th position. 6 laps to go here at Chicagoland. Working his way on the inside, that is 4th position. Kyle Martin is on the lead lap, so he's going to be working his way around him. Looking at a P5 at that point. Not too sure what happened to Hetrick there, but he entered pit lane. I got nothing on my events tab. There's no yellow flags, so that's a tough break for Hetrick. Not too sure what happened, but the race carries on without him. Laps to go. Can David Hara make his way back to the front as Mayu, Black, and McQuaid are all out of playoff contention? David Hara looking to get the points lead going into next week's race. That's going to secure him at least a top 5. 2 laps to go. Mayu up into the lead in front of Braden Black. Joshua Mayu going to take the white flag here at Chicago. 1 more lap to go. Braden Black fighting his way back up to 2nd place. There's Patrick McQuaid on the inside of Kyle Martin for 3rd. He does make that happen. Joshua May coming out of turn 4 takes the checkered flag at Chicagoland Speedway. Heck of a run by that 61 Chevrolet. Braden Black, who had a quiet mid-race there, battles his way back up and brings his Toyota to P2. Patrick McQuaid 3rd, Kyle Martin 4th. Rodriguez 5th. David Hara fell back just 1 spot to 6th. And David Lurfano 7th. So a good run by Joshua Mayu. As we look at the unofficial results. These guys get lined up for their top 3 photos that they do here at All-American Racing League. A lot of respect between these drivers. Don't get it mistaken. Heck of a run by these drivers. Hats off to every single one of these guys. But let's pull in the race leader, have a chat with him. This is Joshua Mayu. Hey, Josh, how you feeling, bud? You got a copy? I think he's so excited. He's away from his mic here, ladies and gentlemen. Copy?
Yeah, I got you. Let me put my headset back on right quick.
Yes, sir. Not a problem. Hey, Josh, you led a lot of laps here, a ton of laps at Chicagoland. I wasn't too sure. You know, you and Patrick McQuaid, I believe, were out there in no man's land. You guys were going to have to do a green flag pit stop with about 25 laps to go, and then a little bit of luck was on your side, and you saw the caution come out. How'd you feel when you saw that caution? And altogether here at Chicagoland, because you led a lot of laps.
It was fun stuff right there, man. That last run before that caution, I didn't think I was going to be able to get him. He was holding a good line, and I was, for some reason, the first run, the top line was key, and that second run, it wasn't as good, I don't think, for some reason. Caution came out, and then I just held her to the wood, never lifted until it checkered.
Understood. Well, hey, man, congratulations on taking home your first victory here at All-American Racing League. Now, what's your plan? Are you going to run next week? And if so, I know there's not that big of a turnaround until the next season. Do you plan on sticking around with AARL for that as well?
Oh, yeah, I'll be here, man.
All right, brother. Hey, I appreciate it. That's your race winner. That's Joshua Mayu. Congratulations. 100 laps at Chicagoland. He's going to be able to celebrate all night long. Congratulations, Josh.
Thanks, buddy.
All righty, let's pull in. Let's see here. Well, Chad Snyder, he had a rough day. Well, maybe we'll leave him alone, let him go back to the garage and kind of cool off here. I think David Hera does find himself in front of Joshua Hetrick. So he is the first championship driver, if you will, to cross the finish line. We'll pull him in right now. David Hera in the 15 car. You got a copy there, buddy?
Gotcha. How's it going, man?
Hey, man, so look, a lot of things happening. There were some green flag pit stops that you guys had to make. You actually got involved in a little bit of a wreck there. I think you came up a little high. He was coming down a little low. Doesn't matter. Regardless, you take home a clean 6th place. I know that might not be the results you want, but a good finish that's most likely going to secure your spot in the next week. How you feeling about today's race, and how do you feel about going into next week's championship?
First of all, I'd like to apologize to the 00. I was just looking at the replay myself. I did come up on him and caught him with my rear quarter. But yeah, man, I'm excited for Hillbilly Motorsports. I'm excited for Blue Gray Custom Plastic Fabrication. Go check them out at www.bluegrayplasticfab.com. They got some awesome stuff they can do with plastic. It's really amazing to check it out. But feel good about it, man. Yeah, it looks like we're going to leave here with the points lead, I think. So we should be going into Michigan. Got to get a lot of practice in, make sure I can get this thing running right and ready to win that thing.
All right, guys, that's David Hera driving the 15 car. As like he just said, he was the first playoff driver to cross the line tonight. He was on the lead lap. He'll get scored the most points. So, yes, next week you'll probably be going in with a little bit of an advantage. David, I appreciate your time. Hell of a race there by you and all the drivers. Appreciate you, and we'll talk to you next week. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was David Hera, who's going to take sole position of first place in the point standings going into next week, as their round of 6 is now done. I don't have the results in front of me as far as points go. I'm not going to be able to tell you right now who's made it in and who isn't going to be in. If we do catch that here before the end of the broadcast, I'll most certainly update you there. But what a heck of a race here at Chicagoland. We did 100 laps. Joshua Mayu taking the green flag. We didn't see our first caution until we were about 3/4 of the way into the race, and then we only saw one more after that. So very, very good, clean racing by these guys. Fast racing. It's been a pleasure to watch this race. It's been a pleasure to have you guys here. That was All-American Racing League. I'm Faded GG. If this is something that you want to run in, get a hold of those guys at All-American Racing League. And if you come across this VOD and you're looking to get your league broadcasted, most certainly hit up FadedTV on Facebook. Until then, we'll see you guys back with All-American Racing League on Thursday as they get ready for week 2 in their Spent Dreams Car Club Super Late Model Tri-Track Championship. So that'll be Thursday. You don't want to miss out. 6:45 Central Time. Appreciate you guys. We're going to check off here. You guys have a good night, and we'll see you next time.